Railway technologies began to actively develop in use in the last century. Nevertheless, technical progress does not stand still, and as a result, a lot of new branches, technical parameters, and features of the application of one or another technology appear. Since the use of various materials and test methods is used both in the global understanding of the industry and for its individual parts, and all these processes are carried out simultaneously in different parts of the world, international standards are created to create a single, well-functioning, well-established system. Today we will acquaint you with the documents regulating the main actions performed in the railway transport system at the international level. Railway applications. Acceptance of reprofiling rails in plain line, switches, crossings, and expansion devices EN 1323-1-2. Each stage of production requires careful selection of the correct materials and equipment for the quality processing. In the railway sector, the international standard regulating these aspects is EN. This document defines the technical requirements and measurements for the acceptance of works for longitudinal and transverse reprofiling of railway railheads in plain line, switches and crossings, and expansion devices. This document applies to vinyl rails of 64 kg per meter and above according to EN 1367-4-1. If you are interested in the specifics of the processes described in the international standard, you can familiarize yourself with its technical characteristics in more detail by clicking on the link to our website. This European standard characterizes the quality of track geometry based on parameters defined in EN 1384-8-1 and specifies the different track geometry classes which should be considered. This European standard covers these following topics: description of track geometry quality, classification of track quality according to track geometry parameters, considerations on how this classification can be used. This European standard applies to high-speed and conventional lines of 14-35 mm and wider gauge. This European standard forms an integral part of EN 13848 series. Since this document is part of a more extended standard, if your organization operates in this area, we recommend that you familiarize yourself with the technical parameters and the whole document in more detail and not just its individual parts to understand the whole picture of the possibility of applying international standardization in your company. The regulation of defects in production and the correct approach to this activity can significantly minimize financial losses. One of the international standards responsible for this process is EN 17282. This document is applicable to under-ballast mats used in ballasted track and defines the test procedures and their evaluation criteria. This document provides particular information in the following areas: test methods, test arrangements, and evaluation criteria of under-ballast mats, data supplied by the purchaser and by the supplier, definition of general process of design approval tests, definition of routine tests. This document defines the specific test procedures for under-ballast mats, stiffness tests, fatigue tests, tests for severe environmental conditions. Thanks for watching this video, and all the standards can be downloaded by the link below.